Okay. Looks like we're live. Good evening, YouTube. Hope you're all doing fine out there. EDDBUD here with a live stream for you. I just about managed to make it. It's been a bit of a crazy mad rush to get everything ready and sorted, but hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear. Let me know in the chat if I'm coming in okay. We got a few people here already. I think we got Stevie76 is in the house. Good to see Triple R is here. We've got Rob Weatherall. I am here now, Rob. Hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear. Dave 243 is in the place. Awesome. Rob says he can hear me. I'm okay. All the technology is working okay. Just to go through a couple of things in the top of the chat. Richard Rendell says he's out on a 10-mile run in the Saucony Endorphin Speed tomorrow. Certainly the live stream title really today I'd suggest was best all-round running shoes. I want to talk about that a little bit later on, but that's certainly in there as one of my favourite all-rounders of the year so far. I did notice Adidas were thinking about putting Reebok up for sale. A bit of a sad old scene. If I had the money, I'd buy them, but I haven't got enough. I haven't got enough to do that. No chance. Richard Tongue says as well, he says he was in hospital with blood clots on his lungs in March. So he started running in May and his first sub 30-minute 5k. And he just wants to say I've been a lot of help helping him out with the channel and all the content. So thank you, Richard. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you're on the road to recovery. Tim Platt also says hello all. Right, let's get to all these other people here. There's loads of people in the house. Robin's here. We got ADPV. He says I'm coming in loud and clear. Awesome. Ben Y is here. We got Jan. Jan, sorry. Greetings from Southwest Hollandia. I like it. Kim is here from Denmark. How you doing, Kim? Mike T's in the house. He's got his mango. I've missed it. Where is it? He's got his mango alpha flies. Looking forward to testing them out. Awesome, buddy. I'm glad those arrived. Enjoy those. Kevin is here from Germany. How you doing, Kevin? Thanks for tuning in. We've got the BB family vlogs. Just got the SL20s for 46 Earth credits. Awesome. I went out in what can only be described as, well, I think it's about 26-mile-an-hour winds today. Rain. It was insane. And I used the SL20 Summer Ready today, and they were fantastic. I've got to say, you've got that very almost porous kind of upper, and they were brilliant. They didn't soak up any water. My foot was dry. Well, I say dry, it didn't retain the water. It was just magic. So the Summer Ready version, I can thoroughly recommend it for winter running. Adidas, you need to know that, that your shoe that is aimed at summer activities is fantastic for the winter. Who else we got here? Word is out, says Ed, I love running in the rain. Oh yeah, running in the rain is the best. Like literally, I can't get enough. Running around in the rain, wind, the leaves were everywhere. Leaves were flying in my face. It was fantastic. I felt really energised. Really woke me up. We got Gavin Braden's here. He says, what's up everybody? Happy Saturday. It is. Gotta love Saturdays. We had some pizza. We had some Diet Coke. We had some cookies. I mean, life just doesn't get any better than that, does it? It really doesn't. Sam says, Alphafly next, percent money aside. Awesome. Rob Miller says the SL20s you got for $33. I just don't understand how they can make them for that little price. I've got to say, I don't think I'd take the SL20. I took them to 8 miles today, and they were feeling pretty good at 8 miles. I'm not sure I'd want to go too much further than that. Probably maybe 10 miles, probably. I don't think I want to go too much further than that. But still a great shoe. A great shoe. Soul Brother says, hi everybody, greetings from Zurich. Thanks for tuning in, man. Christoph is here. He says he'll run his first 50k tomorrow in the Speeds. Awesome. He's really enjoying that shoe. Greetings from Switzerland. I hope they do well for you tomorrow on the 50k. That's a lot of Ks. Joe Mullins, very, very much appreciated, Joe, for the super chat. He says, greetings, hope the family's doing well. Happy to see another live stream. I know you were looking forward to it, Joe. I had to really rush to get it all together today, but that's for you, buddy, because I know you enjoy the live streams. Kevin Bickerton says, hi, Ed. Hello, Kevin. Richard Rendell, he's just saying to Richard Tongue, great work, keep well and safe. Absolutely. I'm glad that Richard, other Richard's on the mend. That's good to hear. Kevin Bracken Ramsfeld says, is the endorphin speed good for intervals? I'd say the endorphin speed's pretty good for almost anything. I'd suggest you can run a nice fast 5k in that one. You can probably just rock it round the house. It's just not so rigid that it feels odd. I would suggest it does mellow out after a few miles. You don't quite have that rigidity, and that's what separates the two, the speed and the pro. So after a few miles, the rigidity starts to decrease a little bit, and it just sort of opens up. It's a little bit more forgiving of a shoe, but I think it's a superb shoe. There's very little between those two, really. The speed's got a little bit more in the upper. The pro is paper thin in the upper. Not that it's going to rip or tear or anything like that, but you do start to feel the differences in the two shoes after some miles, so that pro retains that rigidity. Rob Weatherall's tempted to buy the Mango Alpha Flies, but does he really need another pair? I tell you, it's tempting to get a pair of those Vaporflies, the Mango ones. I didn't know that there's little like yellow bits on them as well. They do look good. I know you got a pair of those, Joe. I know you got a pair of those, and you've been tempting me for ages. Patrick Fung says, hi Ed from Canada. Hello from in Canada. I really want to go back over to Canada when I get the chance, when we're allowed to like travel around again, like sometime, you know, maybe in like 2030 or something like that, whenever we're allowed to get back out there and travel around to different parts of the globe. It's one place I really want to go. Really do. Clark Yap says, good morning all from Melbourne, Australia. It's dark and dingy here, I'll tell you that, Clark Yap. It's really dark out there. The wind is blowing, the gutters are rattling. It's one of those sort of nights. You know, I might go back out for another 3 miles. No, I'm not actually. That's the last thing I want to do right now. I just want to put my feet up and have some rest and relaxation. Or my new watch will start complaining at me and saying, EDDBUD, your body battery's low. You know, you did need to get some more rest in. You need to get some more sleep. It's telling me all sorts of things. It's making me a better man. It's making me a better man, that's for sure. Anyway, I digress. We need to get back to it. We're doing a live stream here. Stevie76 says, breaking news, is Ed consumed by Reebok from Adidas? Yeah, if I win the lottery tonight, Stevie, I will certainly think about it. I may not do that though because I haven't bought a ticket, but DA Components. I need to get on the case here, guys. I'm letting it slip. DA Components, I've completely missed it. Endorphin speed for half tomorrow, or the Swift. The Swift. Which would you wear? I'm not sure. The Swift? Swift? Does he mean the Shift? Maybe the Shift. I would definitely go for the speed. Absolutely. If that is the case. Taj is there. How you doing? He says, hi, made a good decision on the Garmin 245. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this, Taj. It's fantastic. It does everything I really need it to do. A few people have mentioned to me that, this message is coming in now even, that, that there's a few added little extras in terms of elevation, things like that, but this pretty much does what I need it right now. I just wanted to see if I really like that Garmin ecosystem, and I'm really enjoying it. There's loads of stats there that are useful to me, so I think maybe down the line I'll upgrade to something a little bit better perhaps, but this is fantastic. I think I was really enjoying it. It's so easy to use. I'm just not thinking about all the functions. It just does what I need it to do, which is great. Yeah, Rob's right actually. Rob Weatherall, he mentions about the speed not being that great in wet weather. That is one of the slightly negative points about it. It's probably the only negative point about it, really. It's just not that great on wet terrain. Certainly some wet, smooth kind of surfaces. You do a bit of sliding around. Ben Y says, any experience on Injinji socks? Just ordered a pair of some bad rubbing. £12 and one pair of socks. I hope they all be worth it. There's some big earth credits on socks, but I think sometimes it's worth spending a little bit of cash on some good socks. So I've got to drink more water. Watch keeps telling me. Swiss Peak says there's some stream lags. I'm not sure. Maybe my daughter's doing some internet gaming stuff or something. I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, I haven't tried those socks. I've got some Belega. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ones, they've been really great over the last few months. They're beginning to wear a little bit now. The best ones I bought recently were the Adidas. I think they're called I have no idea what they're called. It's something, sounds like Alpha something. Alpha Fit or something along those lines. And they're really comfortable and very cheap as well. I'm really enjoying those. They sit a little higher around the ankle, but they've been lovely. Especially in the Adidas shoes as well. Joe's Mango Vaporflies are coming this week. Joseph's considering the Adios Pro, but $199 is a little pricey. $199. I'm really lucky. When I bought these, I've got one here actually. When I got these, I got them via Sports Shoes in the UK, and I had like a discount, the club discount. So I think they came down to like 150, maybe. It's about 150. So yeah, I'm enjoying them more and more. The more and more I run in them, the more and more I'm enjoying them. And the more and more you see the rods coming through. They're coming through. The rods are saying hello. Crespin Gricko's here. He's on the coffee again, I think. It's always on the coffee. You go easy on that coffee, Crespin. Daniel Smith, ran his first 10k in the rain earlier this month. It was a fun experience. Oh yeah, in the rain is the best. Jan says, never had any issues with cold feet while running. Cycling is another story. Yeah, I can imagine the feet while cycling getting cold. A good buddy of mine, George Wall, he's a real serious cycler. He commutes pretty much most days. I think he did a 200-mile charity cycle earlier this year, which was insane. I bet he experiences some cold feet doing that. Not that he gets cold feet in doing a cycling event. I mean, while he's doing it. You know what I mean. Mark Shangoko, greetings all. Greetings to you, Mark. Thanks for joining us. David Reed says he's run 25 kilometres in the SL20s with no issues. So there you go. Some people are enjoying them for the greater distance. And Jan says the 10k is okay with the 20s. Yeah, I think 10 miles, I think I would be fine doing like 10 miles or so. I'm not sure I'd want to do a whole half in them. Maybe. I don't know. They felt great today. They felt good, sort of 7 minutes 30 per mile pace. There was 1 mile today. It was just ridiculous. It felt like I wasn't moving. The wind was just kind of coming straight at me. It says it's about 26 miles an hour, something like that, and it was just coming straight at me. It was just mental. Good fun though, very good fun. It certainly got rid of the cobwebs. Haha, looks like there's lots of people in here from Switzerland, which is great. Hope you're all doing fine out there, guys. My European buddies. Kev Stenner. Kev, I hope you're doing okay, buddy. That was a pretty nasty fall off that bike the other day, Kev. I'm glad you're alright. He says, shame about Western Supermare 10k. Yeah, I couldn't see it happening, Kev. Everything's just going by the by, really, apart from some of the trail races, really. It's just been a bit of a lost year, really, I suppose. Some of us are on top form as well. I know you did some events earlier in the year and things were looking really good, so let's hope that we can maintain that form and that fitness into 2021, and some positive things can happen about this pandemic, and it starts to dissipate and we can move on. Let's hope. Jacob Rees says, how much can it cost to make a shoe? It's just some plastic and rubber. I can't argue with that. That is some of the stuff it's made of. Steve Arenberg says just top 500 miles on his Hyperion Tempos. Might be pushing my luck. Yeah, that's a great shoe though, the Hyperion Tempo. I gotta say, you know, as we come up to Christmas now, I'm looking forward to Christmas. Come on, we gotta have something to look forward to, right? That shoe's going to certainly be in my top 10 of the year. Maybe even may just break in the top 5 there. That's a really good shoe. One that grew on me, Steve. I really, really enjoyed that by the end. I didn't get that many miles out of mine. I've had to move on, but it was really enjoyable while I was getting there. I'm so far behind in the chat, guys. I'm really sorry. There's loads and loads of loads and loads of messages here. Let me try and figure out some of the questions and things here. So Road Runner Views has got the Adidas. Oh right, he's got the Adi Zero Pros coming. Awesome, enjoy those. Triple R. Yeah, Rob, take those Vaporflies out for the long run. Get them on. Do a long run and see how you work out. Daniel Smith says new to running, 6'2", 210 pounds. Cadence is about 155. Sometimes I struggle with this cadence thing, because a lot of people say, oh, you should have a cadence between this or this, and I think everybody's different, you know. Everybody's got a different sort of stride, everyone's got a different sort of form. I know there's this golden form that everybody should have, but I think it's very, very apparent that even come the end of some marathons, that some of those elite runners haven't got that golden form. It isn't there then. And I know people get very upset about that when you talk about it, and they say, oh no, you should always run this way. And I think that's great. You know, we got to try and maintain that good form throughout a race or a run. But of course we do tire, and that happens. But in terms of cadence, I totally understand what you mean sometimes. When you've got longer legs, when you're a taller runner, sometimes getting those legs moving and picking up cadence is more difficult. I know Andy, the Forerunner, has talked about that in some length on his channel. He's a much taller guy like me, and people often say, oh, our cadence is too low. Well, I've certainly worked on him speeding my cadence up or increasing it. Whether that's having a positive effect, a little bit, I don't know, but it's a difficult one there. It's not something I really, really concentrate on all the time. Peter Houghton says RC Elite for the win. Certainly a good pace shoe, the RC Elite, that's for sure. I haven't got around to the Mizuno shoe, Kevin. Yeah, that will hopefully be tomorrow or Monday, I think. So you haven't missed it. I will be getting there very soon. Sam, I'm just using Strava currently. I'm probably not going to put my Garmin Connect thing out there to the world. I'll probably just focus on using Strava. Having too many of the things running all at once is just really difficult to monitor. If there's comments coming in, I like to try and get to people's comments on Strava as well as on the YouTube channel. You see, I try to comment and respond to every single comment if I can, and that's kind of difficult. So I do my best. Yeah, Joe, that's a really good one. Legs follow your arms. That's a good one. Pump those legs a little. Pump those legs. Pump those legs. Pump the arms a little faster, and the legs start to follow. The big thing for me is getting the leg right back. Otherwise, you're kind of losing out on some of the advantage, I guess, of having the slightly longer legs. That makes sense. Not sure what's going on with the stream, whether it's still working or not. It looks like it's gone a bit strange. I don't know. Maybe it's still working. Yeah, it's still working. The stats keep going all crazy on me. Everything keeps going crazy in this place. Let's see if I can get back to some of the questions here. Crespin says, did a four-miler easy day. How's pandemic coronavirus over there? Well, over here in the UK, I mean, they've got all these different tiers now for different areas. Where I am, in Yeovil, which is down in the southwest, we've actually got the lowest number of coronavirus cases in mainland UK. So it's a very rural area. We're still like a market town, so there's maybe like 40-odd thousand people here, but we've got a really low number of cases, which is good. It's not the sort of place you would sort of pass through unless you were deliberately going there, so that's a good thing, but I still really worry about places like Manchester, certainly up in Scotland as well, and Wales have got some real problems there, and up north in Newcastle too, so let's hope things are improving there. They've got more strict restrictions. Here we have some restrictions in place, but they're nowhere near as strict. MCM says he scored some sketches. Go run Razor 3s for 80. That's a good price. We just struggle to get sketches over here. I'd love to try some out, but they're just more difficult to come by. Ben Wise says, any update on the UA shoe coming soon? Yeah, I think I'll get back out in those, but certainly they're not a shoe I want to wear in the rain. They're just going to get even heavier. They're heavy enough as it is. So Swiss Peak says my watch is a Tamagotchi. Yeah, it keeps telling me to feed it pizza. And Joe says it's Balega. Balega. I'll get it right, Joe, sooner or later. Alpha Skin. That's it, Richard. That's the ones. Yeah. I did have some Nike ones, some racing socks, but they just fell to bits. I wasn't too keen on those. I need to do a sock video, actually. Maybe coming up this week, a sock video for you. Mark says, Endorphin Pro or Alpha Fly for a half marathon race. Ooh. If it's in wet weather, I go Alpha Fly. Because the Endorphin, that's the only negative of that range for me is the outsole. They're just it just doesn't work that well in wet weather, which is a bit of a shame. I don't know why it doesn't. Maybe it's the sort of outer rubber section at the back there. It just feels quite slippery in wet weather. So yeah, I'd go for the Alpha Fly if it's going to be wet. Everybody says Alpha Skin. That's the ones. Trevor White says hello from Londinia. Awesome. Wondering if you'd like to do some recommendations for reviews of gear for training during winter. Yeah, maybe I'll tie that in with the sock video this week. Some of my top things for the winter. Up to now, it's been relatively mild, really. Even today, it was about, I think it was about 15 degrees out there when I went out about 5:30. It was quite warm. So it's really strange. Maybe we'll really get hit with a very cold winter as things go on. So look out for that one this week, Trevor. I'll try and put something together. I've got a whole week off now. I'm really looking forward to it. I say a week off. I'm still going to be working really hard on the channel, but a week off from teaching and from work. So I'm going to really enjoy myself, which will be, playing some Minecraft, I should imagine, with my daughter. Going to get out with Miss EDDBUD and Fergus, go for some walks, have some coffee. Oh, it's sounding good. It's sounding good already. I'm excited just to get there. Kevin Bickerton says you have to tell us how much body battery it takes to do a live stream. Next time I do one, I'll monitor at the start, Kevin, what the figure is, and then we'll see how much is gone over time. That's a good one. Andrew Halling says hi. Suffled? What on earth is that? That's a strange word. Suffled. I've suffled for too long. He's Suffered Apple Watch losing all GPS maps and history. Wow. He's looking at Garmin, watching your watch in bed with wife. Oh no. Oh dude. Well, as long as your wife doesn't mind, you know, watching EDDBUD with you in bed. Oh. Andrew, I really appreciate it that you're watching in in bed with your wife. It's good. Rob Weatherall went for a run in the Infinity Run today. Oh, sorry guys. Rob Weatherall went for a run in the Infinity Run. Great shoe, over 400 miles now into his pair. The only problem I had with the Infinity Run was the insole just started to sort of crumble away at the back. It just sort of disintegrated. I've never seen anything like it. But yeah, they're like my commuting shoe at the moment. Sort of getting to college and back. I rarely use my car now. I just walk because it's easier, you know. And that's my commuting shoe, and they still feel great. A little squeaky perhaps, but they still feel pretty good. They still feel good. Yeah, Joe says he's hit 800 kilometers in his. Wow. He likes that shoe though. Joe really likes that shoe. Taj says he has the Forerunner 935, and he thinks it's a waste of Earth credits. Then again, I think all these watches, HR and GPS tracking needs to become more accurate. Yeah, I've noticed, Taj, on my route, especially today, there's quite a lot of tree cover. I don't know if I was aiming for it to get out of the rain, you know, but there's quite a lot of tree cover, and you can actually see the watch really struggling to get accurate pace readings while you're going under the trees and things. When I was out in the open, there's a big airfield nearby, and when I was there, it was spot on. But yeah, it struggles a little bit there. And I know in the past I used to watch a lot of Kafuzi's videos about his watch, his sort of watch activities and stuff. And in Chicago, he used to really struggle with all the buildings and the bridges and everything like that. It used to throw it off something chronic. So yeah, I'm not sure what else they can do with that really. It's just a bit of an issue that's unavoidable. ADPV says the rod's coming through in the Adidas. How many miles do you reckon you can get out of them before they're exposed? I'm not sure really, because you can certainly feel where they are, but it's actually really quite hard wearing this rubber. And the thing is, it's getting better and better. The more and more sort of worn, it takes on this slightly different feel to it. It really is it's quite coarse now, almost sort of like sandpapery. It works very well, I've got to say. It is a really great rubber. I don't know what it's made of. Yeah, it's a shoe that's just really growing on me now. I really didn't like it to start with, but now it's broken in a little bit. It feels a lot better. Feels a lot better. There's certainly some crazy wind out there today. And Robin says the SL20 is a classic in the making. Absolutely, cult classic shoe. Andrew says looking for some mixed terrain shoes, every surface up to but not including trail running. Maybe look at the Reebok Run Fast 2. That one's got a really interesting outsole on it. I found it was really good on just about everything. You can go on gravel, you can go on pavement, road, everything. It really did feel nice. So do check that one out. Aled MB says he came across the channel last week. Awesome. Thanks for finding the channel and tuning in. Any recommendations on the best shoes for outdoor bleep test? What sort of thing are you running on there? Like grass or some sort of track or something? It'd be good to know to be able to advise on that one. Let's see if I can get. I'm not sure I'll be able to get to all of these. Rob saying the Hyperion tempo is good in the wet weather. Yaki Vice is here. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, right, Balega is a Zulu word that means to move quickly or hurry up. Do it fast. I'm always saying that to everybody. I'm terrible for that, Taj. I'm always like itching to get to the next thing that we're doing. It's like, we got to get there. Come on, we got to be on time. I'm a real stickler for timing, you know, I really am. I think Horatio's saying that, what injuries have you had? Do you live with any pain? And how's it treated? I've got to be honest, guys. There's got to be some wood around. Wood. Where's some wood? There. Touch wood. You've got to touch the wood. I don't know why. That's just what we do. But in terms of injuries, I've not really had any major injuries or problems. I spend a lot of time stretching before and after runs. I tend to try to eat as well as I can, apart from today when I just ate pizza and cookies. But hey, I'm human. So I just try and really look after myself, bit of foam rolling here and there, and then rest when your body says you need rest. Just do it. Don't even think about running if you've got any sort of little niggle or problem. If you feel tired, just rest. And when I mean rest, I absolutely don't do anything whatsoever. Or I try to not do anything. Try to get out of doing stuff like that. Robert Miller says, have I any videos of your runs? Yeah, I do include some sometimes, Rob, but at the moment I'm having to run either very early morning or late in the evening, and all you'll see is just a, you know, maybe a man part of a man wearing a high-vis shirt. That's pretty much all you're going to see. So I tend to, in the summer and when I can get out there, when the weather's lighter, obviously, with there's better conditions, I tend to take some footage then. The other thing that I find is that, you know, you run around with quite a heavy GoPro and a selfie stick or something, and it actually weighs quite a lot. It kind of weighs you down, and I just wonder whether holding that for a long period of time is going to mess up your balance in terms of your body and your kind of the equilibrium of everything. I do wonder about that stuff. So yeah, sometimes I just say, no, I'm not taking it. I'm just going to run with the shoe and give you my opinions on the shoe. I try and be as honest as I can and put out all of the runs on Strava, so you can go over there and see them. I run the miles in the shoes. I'm not the guy that runs 3 miles around a cul-de-sac and says, yeah, this is the greatest shoe on earth. I'm not going to be that guy. I want to be the guy that really gets into the shoe, gets something out of it, and gives his story about the shoe. Wyatt says for Cadence, he imagines that he's stepping on hot coals when he runs. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, you just imagine you're just sort of lightly touching the ground as like a, I don't know, something that touches the ground very lightly. I don't know what does that. I don't know. Mark Wesson says, hi Ed, he's new to running, trying to build an aerobic base. Can you recommend a shoe for slower paces? For a slower pace? Maybe grab like the Energy 2 Reebok. You could get that would be good. If you want to run some really slow paces, you know, get something like the Ultra Boost. I mean, it'll last for ages, but it's a bit more of a heavier built shoe and good for just average everyday miles. That'll be good. You can pick those up quite cheaply at the moment. They've reduced them. It's quite a hefty shoe, but I think if you're looking for something you can use daily and just grind it into the ground, that'll be a good one. Yeah, the Clifton 7, just as a daily shoe, that was fine. I quite enjoyed it for that. As Ben Y says, protective, comfortable one, but not the fastest. So yeah, that'll be a good shout, Ben. And Rob says the Nova Blast. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Some people found the Nova Blast just stupendously quick. I just didn't really didn't really feel that in the Nova Blast. It didn't feel like a shoe that I wanted to run particularly fast in. It was one of those that it just felt really nice. There's a really loud noise outside, not entirely sure what that was. I know the dog is going crazy. Hopefully my daughter will deal with him. Never work with, you know, children or animals. Yeah, in terms of the Nova Blast, it wasn't a shoe I wanted to go really fast in. It was one of those sorts of shoes that just felt good to put on after I'd done a very fast session, perhaps the day before. And you get that one underfoot and it just felt really welcoming, I guess. Easy to do those miles in. Yaki Vice says, the Reebok Float Ride Run Fast or the Adidas SL20, which is firmer? I think the Run Fast is a little firmer. Where you've got the Pebax foam, it's in tiny little like tiny little pellets, like crushed together. With the SL20, it's got that, it's got Quick Strike in it, which is, sorry, Quick Strike, what am I talking about? Light Strike, which is that bit more squishy, really is quite squishy. So yeah, I'd say that the Reebok's a little bit firmer. Oh, Mike T says, enjoy the week off. I certainly am. Thanks, Mike. Techphobic says, hello from Maine, USA. Adam Small says he really likes the Stegen and the Saw socks. I haven't heard of those. I need to track some of those down, Adam. Are they available in the UK? I'll have to check. Mark Smith says, hello all. Has there been any disclosure on what is in the Mizuno box this evening? There hasn't yet. I'm going to keep that one under my hat. It's not actually under my hat because the shoe's a bit bigger than that, but Damien Hermalt says, it's not too intrusive. What is your weight, height? So I'm 6'3", and I did weigh myself just now. I was 70 kilograms. I think I was 70 kilograms, but that's not intrusive. I don't mind telling you that. It's okay. Hey, we're all friends here. I don't know what that is in pounds. I'm sure someone can work that out. Kevin Phelan says 13-min stream delay. No, I'm literally just so behind in the in the chat. I'm going to move down here and try and grab some of these. Clark Yap says, hi Ed, is Reebok Run Fast 2 a stability shoe? No, I don't think it is really. No, I didn't find it had any real stability sort of aspects to it at all. Do I think that SL20 is a better shoe than the Run Fast 2? They're kind of a little bit different. They're kind of a bit different in terms of the fit and feel. The Reebok shoe feels like it's got a wider landing platform. The SL20 doesn't feel quite as wide in the midfoot, so they're quite different. There's a really lovely soft upper on the Reebok Run Fast 2. It's a really beautiful one. Andrew Halling says, I only started running 2 years ago at 60. Awesome, man. But got part runs down from 34 to 26. Awesome. Since the lockdown, he's bought the Vaporflies Love Zoom X on the knees. Oh yeah, it is a real fatigue lessening shoe. And it boosts recovery, I find as well. You could just run perhaps more. Would Alphafly be crazy for Christmas at just 5 and 10k? I've seen people run some crazy fast 5Ks in that shoe, but It certainly, to me, appears to be a shoe that's probably better over the marathon distance. I think it's going to have a bigger benefit at that distance. If you really like that type of feel, Andrew, and you want something really light that's going to be good for that sort of thing, I mean, one of the most versatile shoes certainly I've found recently has been the Fuel Cell RC Elite. That is a magic shoe. It has magic in it, that one. The midsole's not hugely far off the feel of Zoom X, but the outsole grip is sublime on that one. That is certainly one of the best shoes of the year. So do check that out. Martha is here. Hello. Is it okay to use the Endorphin Speed as a cushion shoe for long runs and recoveries? I don't see why not. I'm drawn to fast, light shoes. Yeah, I'm really the same actually, Martha. I really like the Boston 9s. I'm just coming up to 100 on these now. This has been a great. I'll tell you what though, there's a really big hole I've just noticed on the back of the ankle collar there. That's not a good thing. Don't know how that got there, unless the dog has been eating them or something. But I really love those light, nimble, fast shoes. I don't see why you couldn't use the Endorphin Speed as a sort of long run or recovery run type shoe. I really don't see why not. You know, they do mellow out. It's not like they're really rigid or anything. I think that would work. Try it out and see how they feel. Mark Smith says, surprised he's got 350 miles on his New Balance 1080 V10s. They're still going well. Yeah, that's a hard wearing, durable shoe. Certainly in the midsole. Alid MB says, I think the Army are doing their multi-stage fitness bleep tests outdoors now. Probably doing it on tarmac style surface. Yeah, I wouldn't go Vaporflies, maybe go for something really nimble, like the SL20 or something. That could be really good. I mean, if it's on tarmac, the Continental rubber, it'll just grip onto the tarmac. That could be a good shoe. And they're really light as well. So that could be good for the bleep test. And they're nice and stable. You know, feel the ground a little bit more, but I think that could be ideal. Yeah, Vaporfly probably not the best. Jeff said he ran 10 miles in Endorphin Speeds. He loved them. Could use them for everything. Yeah, they are a really versatile shoe. What is your take on the Hoka Oni Carbon Rocket X? Or do you mean the Rocket X? The new one? I have got a pair of those coming. So you know, the other day I said in the video that if it was the best shoe of the year, I would eat a shoe. We'll see. We will see. You may see me eating a shoe. You never know. It could be. It's going to have to go some to beat the RC Elite. It really is. Peter Kim says, hi Peter. Thanks for joining us, Peter. We appreciate it. Which everyday trainer shoes would you choose between the Adidas SL20, the Brooks Hyperion Tempo, and the Endorphin Speed? I like all of those. Everyday trainer. An everyday trainer. Which one would I choose from that? I'd probably have to go the Speed if you can get a pair. I think I'd go the Speed. I don't know. I like all of them. You could use any of those shoes on a daily basis. I don't see why not. Crespin says Beast is tormenting the puppies. It was like a car or something, Crespin. I don't know what happened. A car went by and he got really upset. Leon AL says, what is the best way to prevent black toes? I seem to get these. Yeah, people keep saying that it's all about shoe length. So if you're getting black toes, that your shoes are too short. I've seen people wearing easy half size up and they still get them. So I think it's a little bit down to shoes. I think it's a little bit down to form. I think it's a little bit down to foot strike and socks. Type of conditions you're running on. I could go on forever. I don't know. Yeah, shoes always seem narrow or too large. Yeah, there's very few things that just spot on straight in the middle. You're right about that. 6, 7. Yeah, they are tall, the Alpha Flies Triple R, that's for sure. Nathan Brooks, he says he went to £154. Is that the conversion for me? Yes, 155. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Down stock. Oh, okay, so he's trying to get some Endorphin speeds, but they didn't have stock to honour his order. Oh man, that's not good. I hope you get a pair soon, Nathan. I hope you can get a pair. Swiss Pete says, show us the beast. The beast is, I don't know where the beast is. The beast is the cat. That was the dog you could hear, Oliver, who's a pug terrier cross, and he gets very upset when noises occur. And they occur a lot, so Richard Rendell says there were 140 people in the chat. I think that's probably about the most we've had, Richard. That's awesome. Thanks all of you for coming into the chat. If you are there, please do hit that like button. It really does help the channel. It helps to get the videos out to more people. And we're just approaching 11,000 subscribers now, which I'm absolutely blown away about. I'm really, really pleased. And I'm really appreciative of all the people that are watching. I hope that it brings some joy and a little bit of light into your lives at the moment. I know things are tough. Things are pretty hard. People are finding it tough economically. You know, there's Wales at the moment. There's just shut parts of that down. Let's hope that that can come to an end. I'm just going to keep doing videos, keep being positive, and giving you guys something to watch and enjoy as often as I can. I can't quite do everyday videos at the moment. There's lots of things going on, as you know. We've got a little person that's appeared recently, so I'm trying to help out there, and yeah, it's busy, but you've got to keep on rolling. Got to keep on rolling. Damien says, Dave, good to know. I'm not the only running shoe geek here. There are many running shoe geeks here. I believe that most people here are seriously into running shoes. Yeah, I like running shoes a little bit. There's a few shoes I've got to get out in this week, get some more miles into this week. The bananas. The big bananas. I need to get some more miles into these. I ran a nice fast 10 miles when I first got them, and they've had barely any use after that. So that's going to be one of the first shoes to get a real hard effort in. Maybe tomorrow, actually. Maybe I'll dig these out tomorrow and see how they get on in the wet and windy Yeovil weather. Another shoe that needs some miles this week is the Terra Ultra G270. There's a nice little trail that's going to get a taste of these. The graphene grip. It smells good. I love the look of this shoe as well. I really like this shoe aesthetically. I think it's one of the most beautiful looking shoes out there. Something about it. I just love everything about it. The insole itself is a thing of beauty. It's kind of this bobbled, almost like an extra bit of midsole. It's so cushioned. It's one of the most. This is more cushioned than a lot of road shoes. It's just a beautiful shoe. So that's going to get some more miles this week. And if I get round to it, a few more miles in the Tempo. Whoa, the Tempo Next Percent as well. Joe, I did see some horror story issues with the outsole on the Tempo Next Percent over the course of the week. Someone had posted up some images of that, and it was they really took a pounding. Run Frankfurt, I missed it. Run Frankfurt said, did I order the Legend React 3 Shield? Do you know, I'm not sure I'm going to bother. I'm not sure I'm going to go for it. Today kind of changed my mind about what I want from a winter shoe. Now, we've got some mild temperatures at the moment here in the UK, and it's pretty mild normally. Even in the winter, it doesn't get that cold. So, for the time being, I'm going to stick with wearing some more breathable shoes and some perhaps thicker socks, and try that for a little while. Shield shoes, they just seem to work in reverse for me. They really do. They just seem to get my feet really hot, and whenever water gets into them, they just can't seem to escape. So I'm gonna leave them for the time being. Damien says, running the Boston 8. I've had some experience with it. No, I've only been running the Boston 9, and I love the midsole in that shoe. It's a beautiful midsole. Just the right amount of stack height, and the introduction of the light strike around part of the shoe really does seem to help give a little bit of a buffer to the boost. So it's kind of allowing it to spring back a little faster. That running guy says best all round. I think best all round this year, so far at least. I'm gonna have to say either the Speed or the SL20, probably the best all round shoe. You can run easy in the SL20. You can run fast if you want to. It's great on that type interval type efforts if you want to use it for that. The Speed is just a really fantastically cushioned shoe. So if you want something that's more cushioned, go for the Speed. If you want something that's a little lower in terms of stack height and you've got a little bit more road feel, then go for the SL20. I think that's the way to roll it. Swiss Peaks, yeah, I'll be out in the G270s again this week, so there should be some nice mud and grime that I can run through and really put them through their paces a little bit more. Jeffrey with 1F says the DC Rainmaker, says the 245 has best data-driven athlete run. Yeah, I think he's right, really. His videos are superb, you know. He really goes into some good depth. He's just such a likeable dude as well. You watch his videos, you could just watch him forever. I even watch his videos, I'm not even interested in the product. I just like watching his videos, they're so good. Do you know another channel I really love, I've watched every one of his videos, is TechMoan. If you go and subscribe to TechMoan, he's got like about 1 million subscribers now. And his videos about old technology and stuff are so good. I just love that guy. I really wish I could just go and have a pint with him one day and a packet of crisps, you know, just have a chat to him. He just seems like a really lovely guy. I'm hoping that when all this stuff's over that I can meet up with Mike, you know, with Kafuzi. I'd love to meet Mike and have some pizza and some tacos and some pale ale and just chat about tech and shoes. That'll be good. That'd be a really good. I'd love to do that. Mike, we got to make that happen, buddy. Guys, I'm going to wrap this one up relatively soon. See if I got another few comments here. Roadrunner Review says the SL21 will be $500 next year because everyone loves them so much. Yeah, they'll probably do that. They'll be impossible to get hold of. They'll just be on StockX for like $1,000 or something. Young Lobotomy says, Heelys, how do I feel about them? I wouldn't go for Heelys myself, but I think my daughter, who's coming up 10 at the end of the year, would probably like to do something. Mrs. Edbud would like some Heelys. I'm sure she would. She'd love that. Mariella said, did I put in an order for the Atreyu artist? No, I've got to say, people say they slept on it. I actually fell asleep. I was going to do it, and then I've kind of missed out on that now. Maybe I'll pick them up when they release them properly or something like that. Ben White said he saw a new Diodora running shoe online. Kafuzi would be pleased. Yeah, Mike likes those sort of race flats kind of style things. The Meta Racer, you know, I know he really enjoys that one. I did some speed stuff in the Meta Racer earlier in the week, but I was feeling kind of ill actually. I think it's some stuff I ate perhaps. I wasn't feeling 100%. Certainly my stomach was causing me some issues, and it didn't quite work out. But the shoe worked really well in terms of keeping my foot dry. It was good. Right guys, I'm going to draw this one to a close now because I think Mike's probably doing one of his live streams. So I'd like to say thank you to all of you that have dropped in on the chat. As probably one of the highest numbers of people in the chat I've ever seen. Sorry I couldn't get to everybody. I do apologise. If there's any specific questions that you do want to ask me, drop me a message perhaps on the latest video in the comments there. Also, let me know what running watches you guys are all using, which ones you enjoy. I'm probably going to go down the route of trying out a few more. I'm kind of enjoying that. I'm liking all the metrics, and I like testing out technology. And as you know, I'm a teacher of human-computer interaction, so I think it'd be quite good to look at the interfaces and the certainly the screens, the user interfaces, to see how well they tie up with some of those methodologies and principles that really should be put in place for those devices. So yeah, thanks for all of you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, do hit the like button there. It really helps the channel out. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe too and the notifications. I'm glad you all enjoyed the live streams. Thank you, Stefan. Right, take care you guys, and what I'm going to do is disappear off down below like I always do. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you.